Hello guys, welcome to my new video. Today, I'm talking about Guy Ritchie's 2019 crime drama, The Gentleman. The story follows Matthew McConaughey, a crime boss who built his empire on selling weed and having lots of courage. There were a lot of stories about him, how he persuaded people, and how he dealt with loose ends. The story has multiple, great, and versatile characters that fit into this roller coaster of a badass crime story, and they helped made a perfect successor to Guy Ritchie's Snatch and Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels. Every step of the movie is very simply explained, but boy does it have a very powerful punchline. Guy Ritchie's movies usually feel like a tuned-up version of an edgy GTA or a mafia game that culminates into a beautiful, badass, and unpredicted ending. Almost every scene is getting to the point with absolute British kind of swag and uniquely written dialogues. Badass characters getting into some trouble, and then some other characters got crossed over. And all these pieces represent a bigger picture. Something they have in common. They have a score to settle with each other. They have reputation to maintain. Each and every actor, from McConaughey to Farrell, Hunnam, and Grant, they all brought a different kind of character than they used to give us before. All of these characters have a certain flair and just a touch of funny in them to keep things more interesting. And of course, over-the-top behavior at times. After all, it is a Guy Ritchie movie. Gentleman isn't some shallow crime movie trying to be badass or cool. It is stylish when it needs to be, it is funny when it needs to be, and it has badass action sequence when it needs to have them. Mickey's friend's daughter, who died from overdose during Mickey's speech to his rival boss, "I sell weed, I don't sell heroin, which kills people," tells you that he is a merciless lion who eats when hungry, Peaky blinder when needed, and sympathetic enough. He is a badass crime lord, kind of like a Tommy Shelby. His most trusted man, a henchman, a sneaky weasel of a journalist, our narrator, and the second coolest boxing coach of all time? Well, after Rocky. All of them play a particular part in this story. And if it wasn't for all of them together, the puzzle wouldn't have been solved and the movie wouldn't have been as captivating. I love the coach's story and how he protects the boys and does all this little favors in a filthy way, just to give them an example and keep them safe, but keeps getting dragged into the chaos. The scene with Dried Eye Boss when Mickey drugs his tea looks like one of the missions from Hitman Contracts. A stealth operation, infiltrating into the tycoon, crime boss mansion with tons of security and still being able to do what he came there to do. The entire build-up, mending the scenes, waiting what's gonna happen, amazing. The fact that our protagonist, Charliehunnam, let the journalist, Hugh Grant, sit there in his home, put up with his snarky, diva, weird behavior, demanding the money, while he is telling this in-90-year story, is good for us, the viewers, to get the narrative. However, in reality, he would have killed him or ran out of his house in the first 10 minutes or so. The ending is not as big of a havoc as Lock, Stock, or Snatch. It has a little bit of a fast-paced, Tarantino-like smell. It ends in style, with Mickey's gang outsmarting the competition in such a 200 IQ way. He thoroughly explains everything to us, and it is not complicated or too much at all. The movie has kind of like the invisible guest ending. You don't see Mickey outsmarting everyone like Tommy Shelby, which was annoying because he did everything he wanted. He included himself in bloodbaths, whored around, and got rid of competition with such an ease and with less of a humor than Mickey. Mickey was basically a family man, a godfather who was smart enough to get out of the trouble and even smarter with his allies. Absolutely astonishing acting from everyone, especially McConaughey and Farrell. With everything being said, I'll give this one a strong 9 out of 10. See you in the next video.